Jai Hind everyone. Uh, I am Anil Kumar Chauhan, working as an assistant professor in IT department, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today, I want to present my topic, object-oriented programming concept in Java. This is the one of the most topic in web technology subjects, KIT 501. This is the content we are discussing today. Object-oriented programming concept in Java. Before starting this topic, I want to discuss some basic terminology and the history of Java. Basically, Java conceived by James Gosling in 1991. After that, it is renamed by Java. Java basically shared the syntax of C and object-oriented programming concept from C++. Um, Java is the most important language of today era. Java basically is a platform independent language. That means write the code anywhere, write the code once, run anywhere, anytime, forever. And also the rich in object-oriented concept implementation. We can say Java is a pure object-oriented programming language. That is, everything in terms of Java is an object. Then we start our slide. First of all, uh, uh, this is the basic terminology. This is class, objects, and the basic principle of object-oriented programming, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Uh, First of all, we discuss about class. What is the class? What is the objects? And what are the basic principle of object-oriented programming language? This is abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Uh, what is the meaning of object-oriented programming concept? Uh, to organize a program around its data, that is objects, and set of well-defined interfaces to that data. To provide data controlling access to code, to implement real-world entities and programs, and to improve the code readability and reusability by defining the Java program efficiently. This is the basic idea behind by using object-oriented concept. What is the class? And next topic is what is the class? Why we are using this in our programming language? It is a logical concept. This is definition of class. It is a logical construct upon which the entire Java programming language is built because it defines the shape and nature of the object. Then it defines the new data types. Once defined, this new data type can be used create objects of that type. And it is a blueprint also and templates for creating objects, providing the space for creating objects of similar nature. The data or variables defined within a class are called instance variables, and the code is contained within methods. There are only two members of the class, data members and this methods. Data member defines the structure of the program, and the method defines the operation, which type of operation will be performed on that particular phase. What is next is what is the object? Objects. An object is a real world entity that is used to a unique representation such as pen, laptop, mobile, keyboards, mouse, chair, name of the person. This is the living or non-living things both. And in objects as an instance of class, we can say this is an instance that has a certain state, behavior, and identity. For example, dog, cat, and vehicles are objects. A dog has states like age, color, name, and behavior like eating, sleeping, and running. These are the example of objects and its states, identities, and behavior, how to perform. Objects are allocated memory space whenever they are created. When we create an object by using new keywords, this allocated and occupy the memory in the memory area. And then we discuss about object-oriented programming principles. This is the most of the important things in any programming language, but Java has purely implemented this type of principles. First one, abstractions, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. First of all, we come with the first point, abstraction. Abstraction Abstraction is a process. Abstraction means we focus only on those parts of an object that concern us. So the basic definition is there. Abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation details and showing only functionality to the user. And essential elements of object-oriented programming is abstraction. Human manage complexity through abstraction. Uh, it means, for example, people do not think of a car as a set of 10 or 1,000 of individual parts. They think it is a well-defined object and it on unique behavior. It allows people to use a car to drive and they ignore the details of how the engine, transmission and braking system work. Instead, they are free to use an object as a whole. And then we can achieve in Java abstraction fully. We can achieve 100% by using abstract class and the interface. Next is next principle and the most of the important principle, encapsulation. Encapsulation will be achieved by using class. We can encapsulate the process of wrapping code and data together into a single units. For example, class. A Java class is an example of encapsulation. Java Bean, this is also a class in Java, is a fully encapsulated class because all the data members are private here. We declare the data members methods variable inside a bean with the private accessibility. Private accessibility, that means we cannot access that particular fields outside the class. Encapsulation is the mechanism that binds together data and the code, its manipulation, and keep both safe and outside interference and misuse. This is the main motive to provide the authorization through the encapsulation. It is a way of achieving data hiding in a class because data hiding in Java because other class will not be able to access the data through the private data members. Already discussed, give the example of Java beans where all the fields are private and cannot be accessed outside the class. It means data is hide inside a class. This is the encapsulation process. And the next principle is inheritance. Inheritance is also an important principle in Java. It is a mechanism in which one object acquire all the properties and behavior of parent class. The idea behind inheritance in Java is that you can create new classes that are built upon existing classes. One class, we will have one class and we can derive a new class from existing class. Idea behind inheritance in Java is that you can create new classes that are built upon existing classes. When you are inherits from existing class, you can reuse method and fields of parent class and you can add new methods and field also. Idea is that a new class can inherit all the properties of parent class and add unique own properties inside our body. Inheritance represents is a relationship also known as parent-child relationship. Why use inheritance? Inheritance for code reusability and code sharing, and also implement the most important concept in this using inheritance is method overriding to achieve the polymorphism, runtime polymorphism, and by using inheritance. Syntax for how to make the programs, how to achieve the inheritance in a program. This is the basic syntax. By using extend keywords for achieving the inheritance, before the extend keywords, subclass is there, and after the extend keywords, the right hand side, we extend which one of the superclass, name of the superclass, and the body in which subclass add your unique properties, that means methods, variables. The extend keywords indicates that you are making a new class that uh, derives from an existing class. Existing class here is a superclass. Superclass is also called base class, parent class. Subclass is also called derived class or its child class. In the terminology of Java, a class that is inherited is called superclass. Um, the new class is called a subclass. This is derived class from base class. This is the syntax, and this is the example how to make a program by using inheritance, how to achieve inheritance. This is the class employee. Employee is a superclass, and superclass having the one field salary, and the derived class is a programmer class. This is used to extend the base class. This is employee, and having the all the properties defined by the uh, superclass, defined by superclass. This is the uh, this is the employee class. The is a superclass, and having the field of salary. But and the uh, this is the sorry this is the uh, uh, superclass subclass extend the properties of employees as superclass, and had its own properties a bonus, and after that we make the objects of uh, subclass, and subclass objects is able and privileged to access the fields of our parents class. See here, this is the by creating the objects of their subclass programmer and call the fields of the superclass salary, and also call their own fields bonus. So conclude that this program shows that how to access the variables methods declared by the superclass inside subclass. The type of inheritance. Type of inheritance, that means we achieve uh, how to achieve the inheritance in different ways. One is single label inheritance, multi-label inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and the hybrid inheritance. Single label inheritance, we illustrated in the example with a diagram. Single label inheritance, this is the single label inheritance, then multi-label inheritance, and then this is the hierarchical, and the multiple inheritance, then hierarchical. First of all, we come with the single label inheritance, where only two classes are participating. One is parent class and second is child class. All the properties of class A, this is the base class, parent class, access with the inherited with the class B. This is a child class or derived class. But in case of multi-label inheritance, there are more than two classes are participating to achieve the inheritance. One is class A, class B, class C. Class C as a child of class B. Class B is also a child of class A. This is child, parents, and grandfather relationship. Class C extend the property of class B. Class B extend the property of class A. This is the multi-label inheritance. And hierarchical inheritance, in which class A extend the more than one class, where class B extend the class A, class C also extend the class A. This is class A having the two childs, one is class B and one is class C. Both childs inherit their properties from class A. Then multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance is uh, not supported in Java in terms of classes. It is achieved by using interface, because Java says only one mother class is there. This is object class. All classes in Java are their derived classes. Like object class is top class and the string class is subclasses. All the classes will derive from the object class. So here in we see that class A, class B, there are two super classes, and one is the class C, the one is of the child. This is not possible in Java. So these properties will be achieved, this type of inheritance, multiple inheritance will be achieved by using interface. Then fifth type of inheritance is hybrid inheritance, in which all the inheritance can combine, single label, multi-label, hybrid can combine into a single unit, or this is called hybrid. Next principle is that next and last is polymorphism. This is also an important principle of object-oriented programming that supported by the Java. It is considered one of the important features of job-oriented programming. It allows us to perform a single action in different ways. In other words, polymorphisms allow you to define one interface and have multiple implementation. Polymorphism means one thing, many forms. Polymorphism can be achieved and divided into two parts: compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism means this is the early binding, and we can say it is a compile time static type of polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism is also called late binding, and this is a runtime dynamic polymorphism. This is also the category of polymorphism, shows that a compile time is also called uh, uh, static or early binding, and the runtime polymorphism is also called dynamic or late binding. Then we are defining, I will discuss about the polymorphism we can achieve through the overloading is a type of static polymorphism, and overriding is achieved by dynamic polymorphism. Overloading methods where then next slide we are explain this with the help of example. This is method overloading. This is also a static polymorphism. Uh, if a class has multiple methods by same name but different parameters, it is known as method overloading. If we have a perform only one operation having same name of the methods, increases the readability of the program. For example, suppose you have a perform addition of given numbers, but there can be any number of arguments. If you write the methods such as int, having the methods have two parameters, int, and the second methods have the same name, having the parameters, three parameters of type integer. For three parameters, then it may difficult to you can as well as the other programs to understand the behavior of the methods because its name differs. So we perform methods overloading next in a figure. For example, this is the example of method overloading where we share the same methods and declare the multiple time. Class calculation is a class and having the methods sum with two parameters int a int b, and second time this method is repeated. This is void sum having the three parameters int a, int b, int c. We see that here the same name of the method uh, is declared the same name, and but the calculation and the output is different from these two methods. Methods having the same name but different parameter list, and performing the operation of sum. Here the calculation, we can create an objects of that particular class and call the methods according to their passing the parameters. According to parameters, we pass here the value as an argument. If methods having two parameters, so then pass the two values. If method having the three parameters, pass the value of 3. Then method overriding is also achieved by polymorphism. Um, Dynamic, we can say runtime polymorphism by achieving through overriding, method overriding. If subclass, we can say derived class or child class has the same method as derived in the parent class, it is known as method overriding. Method overriding achieved through inheritance. Previously, we have discussed about that. In other words, if subclass provided a specific implementation of the method that has provided by the of its parents class, this is known as method overriding. Method overriding is used to achieve runtime polymorphism. Method in this case, that means in this case we are taking care of this things. Methods must have same name as the parents class, and methods must have the same parameter as the parent class. This is the overall photocopy of the methods. Must be as a relationship, that means overriding achieved through the inheritance. One methods declare in the parents class, same methods declare in the subclass to then make a inheritance hierarchy. Then this is the example of a runtime polymorphism, which is method overriding, where a vehicle class have a methods run and implementing the some thing, that means some message vehicle is running, and the same methods declared in a subclass named bike and have a same methods run with the same parameter with the same return type, and having the different things for implementations. This is bike is running. When we make objects of that class, that means base class, we call the methods run, it will be print of base class. No, this is it prints will be derived class. So it hide the methods declare in the base class through subclass. If you want to print this base class method by using super keywords, and other method is that we can make the object of super class and then call the methods run. Otherwise, this method is override through the derived class. This is the difference between method overloading and overriding. This is a table where all the things are covered. Method, first of all, method overloading, and second is method overriding. Method overloading, methods overloading is used to increase the readability of the program. We declare the methods multiple times, same methods. Methods overriding is the used to provide the specific implementation of the methods that is already provided by its superclass. Methods overriding is performed within a class, and method overriding occurs two classes that have is a relationship, that means between the inheritance. In case of method overloading, parameter must be different, name is the same, and the parameter list must be different. In case of method overriding, parameter must be same. Method overloading is example of compile time polymorphism. And the method overriding implements runtime polymorphism. In Java, methods overloading cannot be performed by changing return type of the method only. A return type can be same or different in method overloading, but you must have to change the parameter. Parameters should be different. Return type must be same or covariant in case of method overriding. This is all about my lectures in which we are discussed with class, objects, basic principle of object-oriented programming, and this is fully implemented by the Java.